All right, shalom. Shalom to the elect of Israel, whoever you might be out there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. So this is going to be a part 2 to the previous video that I did on Mark the 5th chapter. And in the first video, we covered, the spiritual power that the Lord Yahweh Shai exhibited when he cast out that legion of demons out of that possessed man. All right. And they entered into the swine, and they ran off, into the water or whatever. OK, well, the Lord, he's going to give that kind of power to his men, especially in these last days, man. All right. The book of Acts is a, very good chapter to get into because it shows you the power of Yahweh Shai being used through his men. All right. And we in a time that I like to call Acts 2.0. Okay. You're getting ready to see men of the Lord doing great miraculous works to glorify the name of Yahweh Shai, man. They're going to know that the Lord is real by the works that the men of the Lord are doing in these last days. Whether it be healing people in the name of Yahweh Shai, raising the dead even, you see. All right. Casting out demons. But in the first video, I did mention a testimony when it comes to, casting out demons. And this is before I fully came into the truth. OK, this happened like years ago. And the scenario was I ended up in jail for a traffic violation. OK, and while I was in jail, there's a guy there. He was like, pretty bugged the fuck out. He was a bugged out dude, man. And he was talking to himself and just looking real demonic, you know what I'm saying? He looked possessed, man. You know what I'm saying? He was just like real kind of strange, you know what I mean? He just looked really angry, like he had demons having a party in his ass, man. And people were, they were kind of like trying to stay away from him. They were looking at him, talking about him, trying to stay away from him and whatnot, And I remember sitting down and I thought for some reason it came into my mind to pray, that demon away, because he was sitting like right next to me, man. I'm like, man, why you gotta sit right next to me? So I started praying, and it's funny because before I went to jail, right before that, I had just started reading the Bible and trying to inquire about the scriptures, man, because I was in the world, like, deep in the world. And at that point in my life, that's when the Lord began to, start to wake me up, man. That process kind of started, man, because the Lord does it in, he does it different with different men. But, for a lot of us, it's a process, man. He'll give you a little something here and there. But that's where I was at. I was in the beginning process of seeking the Lord, man. So I was, right after I started reading the Bible and telling my wife at the time about the Bible and whatnot, I was excited. I went to jail. So, yeah, anyway, that's the story. I was in jail, and the dude he was sitting down at the table. We were all sitting down at the table, waiting for, child, whatever, you know what I mean? And he was like bugging out. And I, like I said, I started praying to the Lord. I said, I prayed for the Lord to cast out the demons out of that guy. You know what I'm saying? And, it's funny, man. This is so crazy because like minutes later, he was like in his right mind. Like he just stopped acting crazy. Like, he just totally stopped acting crazy after I said that prayer. He didn't, I said it in my head. I didn't say it out loud. I'm just sitting there praying to the Lord like, yo, Lord, please, get this weird, crazy dude away from me, or please cast these demons out of this dude. And that's exactly what happened. He started acting in his right mind and started speaking properly and everything, man. And, it's just a crazy situation. And I knew that was like spiritual, man. I was like, yo, this is real. But yeah, that was my testimony. Quick testimony. I wanted to, go ahead and bring that up because I mentioned it in the last video. But yeah, man, that power to cast out demons is very real, man. Very, very real. You're gonna be seeing the middle of the Lord doing that in these last days. All right. So I want to jump down to where we left off. Okay. We already finished the story or the account where the Lord, healed that man, and he went to tell everybody about it. Okay. So let's see here. Salakia. Verse 21. All right. So it says, and when Yahweh Shai passed over again by the ship unto the other side, much people gathered unto him, and he was nigh unto the sea. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet and besought him greatly, saying, My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Yahushua went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. So he had like a huge following, man. People, they knew of his power, man. You see, Yahushua, he was famous, man. All right. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse. All right. So yeah, man, that's kind of like what goes on today. Okay, let me highlight that really quick. You can see it. All right. This woman had a disease, man, of blood, and she went to all the doctors in the, of that time, all the physicians of that time. She spent a lot of her money. Okay. And it didn't even get better. It got worse. See, the Lord, he's the one that heals, man. The Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Ashai, is the one who heals us, man. All right. Now, I'm not telling you to stop taking your medicine if you're on medicine for whatever reason. Okay. Because a lot of the medicines that, Esau has, they do have, plant, bases, you know what I'm saying? But they also put other shit in it. But, we're not going to go into that. It's not going to be a medical video, and I'm not giving any medical advice. But I do want to tell you that the Lord is the one who heals, man, and you got to have faith. Okay. Continuing on, it says, verse 27. Okay. When she had heard of Yahushua, came in the press behind and touched his garment, for she said, If I may touch his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. You see? And Yahushua immediately, knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, Who touched my clothes? Because the Lord he's an austere man, right? He was like, man, who touched my shit, man? He's like, who touched my clothes? Okay. And his disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? They're like, man, there's a lot of people here, Lord. How are you asking us who touched you? Because he was like surrounded by people, walking through the crowds, and he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him, all right, humble, and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. Now that's the point I want to make right here. I want to emphasize that. All right. The Lord Yahushua said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. So the faith is the key component, man. This woman had tremendous faith, man. She said, if I can just touch his garment, I know I'm going to be healed. And that's exactly what happened. You see, we got to have the mindset of miracles happening, man. You got to believe in Yahushua that anything is possible through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I've seen diseases be healed, man, through faith in the Lord, man. You see, we're his witnesses, man. We're telling you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you need to turn to the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. He's real, man. He exists. All right? And through faith in him, you can overcome anything, man. Disease included, okay? So let's continue on. All right? Matter of fact, let's get a quick precept on that. All right, I had to get it. The book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 1. You got to write this down in your mental Rolodex, man. You got to have this ingrained into your memory. Hebrews 11 and 1 says, Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now that's heavy, man. All right. That woman had faith. All right. She had faith. She hoped that by touching Yahushua's garment that she would be healed. She knew that if she touched his garment that she would be healed. You see, that's that faith that made her whole, man. And that's what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is looking for, man, in us, to have that faith that we can overcome. All right, and we need to overcome this devil, man, in our temptation. We got to have faith that he's gonna provide for us, man, in times of Jacob's trouble, man, in times of uncertainty. We got to be certain that the Lord gonna take care of us, man. We don't have to know exactly how it's gonna work out, but we got to have that faith that he's gonna take care of us, man, and make sure that we're good. And when the whole world is gone and shit, man, when all hell breaks loose, you see, that's when miracles are gonna be performed, man, for the elect. because of their faith in Yahweh Shemi Yahushua and his mercy, man. Let's continue on. All right, you can't have that, carnal mindset, man. You can't be thinking like the average Joe out here, man. And the elect, they don't have that average Joe thought process, man, like the heathens, man, and 2/3. We're our thoughts are in heaven, man. Our thoughts are of spiritual things, man. Okay? Like healing through faith. Okay? So continuing on, verse 35, while he yet spake, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain which said, thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as Yahushua heard the word that was spoken, he saith unto the ruler of the synagogue, be not afraid, only believe. Man, I gotta highlight that, man. Look, this is what the Lord Yahushua said. This is what he told a man whose daughter was dead. And he straight up told him, he said, look, man, be not afraid, only believe. And that's how we got to be. We got to train our mind to truly trusting Yahweh Shemi Yahushua and to not be afraid of what's coming. Those going to be, terrifying to the rest of the people, man. We understand that this is prophecy, and the Lord, he has our back, man. He's given us this truth. All right. He's given us the blueprint to salvation, man. So we need to use it and believe in it, man. And not be afraid of the things that are getting ready to happen on the earth, man. Okay? This devil coming down having great wrath. All right? We got to believe that we're going to be protected. That stuff is for the wicked of our people to suffer, man. Not those who are serving him in truth and sincerity, man. All right? So be not afraid, but believe, man. All right? 2/3 ain't doing that. So continuing on, it says, verse 37, and he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John, the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue and seeth the tumult. That means like a, commotion. And them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he saith unto them, why make ye this ado and weep? The damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. That's what the Lord Yahushua told him. Because they was all crying and bawling over this, the young girl that died. But he's telling them that, hey, man, why y'all? She ain't dead, she just sleeping. And they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all want to laugh. Y'all need to have faith, and y'all laughing at what I'm saying. They didn't. A lot of people, man, the majority of Israelites back then, they didn't really understand how Yahushua was coming. They didn't really understand, the spirit, man. So they made fun of him when he said that, man. They didn't have faith. So it says, and they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him and entered in where the damsel was lying. He had to get those faithless people away from him. You know what I'm saying? He had to get those faithless Israelites away. Because, that's not where miracles happen. Miracles happen in an environment of faith. Okay? Not unbelief. You can't have no miracles happen if you're not believing, man. So let's see verse. Matter of fact, let's get a quick precept on that. Hold on a second. All right, here's a quick precept on belief, man. Having faith in Yahweh Shemi Yahushua. John 3:18, Lord Yahushua speaking. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. There you go, man. This is very important to understand. So when we're in times of great tribulation, when Esau was, killing a lot of Israelites out here in the streets, when all hell breaks loose, the race wars pop off, the famines pop off, okay? Diseases are running rampant, plagues are happening, okay? You have to believe in Yahweh Shemi Yahushua and his ability to protect you, man. To send his angels around you, man, to keep you safe, to feed you in times of famine, when food shortages began to manifest, man, in real time. I'm talking about, men, women, and children starving, man. That's going to happen. That's part of end time prophecy. We got to have faith, man, because if you don't believe that the Lord going to provide for you, he ain't going to provide for you, man. You see, you condemn because you don't believe in the word. You don't believe in Yahushua, man. So those who don't believe, they condemn, man. 2/3 of our people, they don't believe in this Bible, man. You so-called Christians out there, you don't believe in the Bible, man. You're condemned unless you are woken up to this truth and fully believe in Yahweh Shemi Yahushua and the true doctrine. All right. Christians, they say they believe in the scriptures, but they don't, man. They're the biggest hypocrites out there. All right. The damn Christian church, man. The Catholic Church, all that shit, man. Bunch of hypocrites, man. So the true believers, man, they're going to have miracles happen on their behalf, man, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's that critical, man. Let's go back to Mark 5. So verse 40, it says, continuing on, it says, but when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entereth in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand, he took the young girl by the hand, and said unto her, Talitha Kumai, which is being interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years, and they were astonished with a great astonishment. Let's get that word astonished. Oh, well, man, matter of fact, let's get a definition of that word astonished really quick. Hold on. All right, here's the definition of the word astonished. Amazed, surprised, filled with the emotional impact of overwhelming surprise or shock. They were astonished at seeing that. They ain't never seen nothing like that before, man. They could have sworn that she was dead, man. And the Lord simply told her to arise, and she rose up, man. They were taken aback by that, man. Their minds were blown, all right? That's the type of power that we serve, man. He's getting ready to exhibit that mind-blowing power in these last days, man. All right? Things that science can't explain, man. Things that Esau and these people of the world tell you that's impossible, all right? All things are possible with Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Okay? As the scriptures tell you. Now it says, the last verse, it says, verse 43, and he charged them straitly that no man should know it, and commanded that something should be given her to eat. So there you go, man. All right? Great miracles are going to be happening in the earth, man. And we got to get ready for that, man. All right? But it's all through faith. You got to have faith, man, and believe. All right? You can't have that average mere mortal mindset like the rest of these people out here, man. All right? We're coming back into that ancient knowledge, man. Our heritage, man. Romans 15:4 tells you that things are written aforetime for our learning. We're supposed to be learning these things, man, knowing that this is possible through Yahweh Shem Shai. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. Just want to do a part 2 to, finish off the book of Mark, the 5th chapter, man. All right? So, have faith, man. Out of this world faith, all right? Because all things are possible through Yahweh Shem Shai. So I'm going to end it right there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. A Kwam Yasharala and Abad Babal. Shalom.